Hello, everyone. Welcome to my English Camp channel, where we make learning simple and exciting. Our mission is to help you improve your skills, grow your confidence, and achieve your goals. Let's get started.
I had my first work interview yesterday, and it was quite an experience. It was for a part-time position at a local bookstore, and I spent several days preparing for it. I updated my resume, wrote a cover letter tailored to the job, and practiced my answers to common interview questions like, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And where do you see yourself in 5 years? Before the interview, I carefully chose my outfit to look professional yet approachable. Khaki pants, a crisp white shirt, and polished shoes. I also brought copies of my resume and a list of references, just in case. When I arrived at the bookstore, I greeted the receptionist with a smile and said, "Hi, I'm here for a 10 a.m. interview with Mr. Johnson." She thanked me and asked me to wait in the seating area. I took the opportunity to review my notes and calm my nerves. Mr. Johnson, the store manager, greeted me warmly and led me into his office. After exchanging pleasantries, he started the interview by saying, "Let's begin with an easy one. Tell me a little about yourself." I shared my background, focusing on my enthusiasm for literature and my experience in customer service as a school library assistant. The manager then asked, "Why are you interested in this role? And what makes you a good fit for our team?" I emphasized my organizational skills, attention to detail, and passion for books. When he asked behavioral questions like, "Can you describe a time when you resolved a conflict?" I provided specific examples from group projects and volunteer work, following the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result. One challenging question was, how do you handle constructive criticism? I explained that I view feedback as an opportunity to grow and shared an example of how I improved after receiving guidance in a previous role. As the interview concluded, Mr. Johnson asked if I had any questions for him. I inquired about the training process, the team dynamic, and how success is measured in the role. He seemed pleased with my curiosity and professionalism. Before leaving, I shook his hand firmly, thanked him for the opportunity, and said I looked forward to hearing from him soon. Walking out, I felt both relieved and proud. I had showcased my skills, maintained confidence, and learned so much about the interview process. Now I'm eagerly awaiting the follow-up email.
Let's learn some new words and expressions from our story. Résumé, a document summarizing your education, skills, and work experience. Example, I updated my resume to include my volunteer work and leadership experience from school. Cover letter, a personalized letter submitted with a resume to explain why you're applying for a job. Example, I wrote a cover letter tailored to the bookstore job explaining my passion for literature. References, people who can vouch for your skills and character, often listed in job applications. Example, I brought a list of references in case the manager needed to contact someone about my past experiences. Receptionist, a person who manages the front desk of a company and assists visitors. Example, I greeted the receptionist politely and told her I was there for an interview. Behavioral questions, questions designed to learn about your past experiences and how you handled specific situations. Example, the manager asked a behavioral question, can you describe a time when you resolved a conflict? STAR method, a framework for answering behavioral questions by describing the situation, task, action, and result. Example, I used the STAR method to answer how I resolved a conflict during a school project. Constructive criticism, helpful feedback aimed at improving your performance. Example: when asked how I handle constructive criticism, I shared a story about improving my work based on feedback from a teacher. Training process, the program or system a company uses to teach employees about their role. Example: I asked about the training process to understand how I would learn the responsibilities of the job. Team dynamic, how a group of people works together and interacts. Example: I inquired about the team dynamic to see if the work environment was collaborative. Firm handshake, a confident and professional way to greet someone or say goodbye during an interview. Example: at the end, I gave the manager a firm handshake and thanked him for the opportunity. Job responsibilities, the tasks and duties expected of an employee in a role. Example: I asked about the specific job responsibilities to ensure I understood what was expected of me. Mock interview, a practice interview designed to simulate the real experience and help improve skills. Example: I practiced with a mock interview to get comfortable answering common questions. Job offer, a formal proposal by an employer to hire a candidate for a position. Example: after the interview, I hope to receive a job offer based on my performance. Time management, the ability to prioritize tasks and use time effectively. Example: I explained how my time management skills helped me meet deadlines in my previous role. Follow-up questions, questions asked by the interviewer to gain more detail or clarify a candidate's response. Example: when I shared an example about resolving a conflict, the manager asked a follow-up question about the outcome. Hard skills, specific measurable abilities like using software, typing speed, or accounting knowledge. Example: I mentioned my hard skills in inventory management when the manager asked about my technical expertise. Soft skills, personal traits like communication, teamwork, and problem-solving abilities that are valuable in a workplace. Example: I highlighted my soft skills such as adaptability and teamwork when discussing my volunteer experience. Qualifications, the skills, education, and experience required for a job. Example: my qualifications, including a certificate in customer service, aligned well with the bookstore's requirements. Interview panel, a group of interviewers who collectively assess a candidate. Example: although it was intimidating to face an interview panel of 3 people, I stayed calm and answered each question thoughtfully. Body language, nonverbal communication, including gestures, posture, and facial expressions, that conveys confidence and professionalism. Example: I maintained positive body language by sitting up straight and making eye contact during the interview. Applicant, a person who applies for a job. Example: as an applicant, I made sure to highlight my relevant skills and experiences during the interview. Job posting, a public announcement or advertisement for a job opening, listing the required skills and qualifications. Example: I carefully read the job posting to understand the responsibilities and tailored my resume accordingly. Follow-up email, a message sent after an interview to thank the interviewer and reiterate your interest in the role. Example: I'm planning to send a follow-up email to thank Mr. Johnson for his time. Don't forget to like videos for more such sharing and subscribe to the channel.